You're listening to WICR, Iona College Radio.
From the VCast room on the third floor in the Murphy Building at Iona College, I'm your host, Rocky DePaolo, joined by Johnny Diaz. And now, Johnny, let's get into Stephen Curry, because the guy is just simply amazing and just a phenomenal basketball player. Give us your take on Stephen Curry, or Chef Curry, as some people call him.
Look, when me and Ian had our radio show yesterday at 2:00, flying off the bounce, and he brought up Johnny, just the same way you addressed the question. What do you think about Curry? I like calling this, when you see an incredible player that you have never seen before, the moves that he's making, and it keeps it consistent, is called the wow factor.
Wow.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
your jaw just
Yeah,
dropped.
it's just like, what just happened, you know? And I talked about how when Curry played against the Timberwolves and he dropped 46, they interviewed Kevin Garnett.
Right.
And then they asked Kevin Garnett, what do you think about Curry? And he mentioned, he goes, you know what? He's the closest thing to Michael Jordan, because there's certain, it's not just, okay, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James are compared to Jordan, but it's that wow factor. It's like you haven't seen things since what Michael did before.
Now, granted, he may not have like the same body stature as Jordan, but the skills and talent, it's up there.
And it's different. Like Michael Jordan was different.
Right.
Kobe was compared to Jordan with the same moves.
Same competitiveness.
LeBron, the same thing. But Curry is just, you have a player that has great dribbling, great vision, and the three. You get, who did I mention that it was? Like if you could get a Steve Nash and a Ray Allen put together, that just makes Curry.
Steve Nash was like a globetrotter back in the day, in his prime.
Think about it. And Curry's just having the same capabilities, but just makes it look even better. It's just not on top of that. We're playing modern basketball, folks, where these young players are incredible when they get into the league.
I know they're making an immediate impact.
Yeah.
It's like in Minnesota with Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, which I think was a bad trade for Cleveland though, because they could have used Wiggins last year in the finals.
But
that's a topic.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Wiggins that would have been. That's a whole nother discussion, folks. We'll save that for later.
Next week maybe.
But Curry is just in the zone right now, and on top of that, he passed his dad
for most three-pointers.
Like his dad had what
1,352, something like that.
But his dad had what? I believe he had like a 16-year career.
Yeah,
like.
But
and think
his
about
dad was nowhere. His dad might have been a good player, but he's not
nowhere
as good as his son.
as Curry.
It's like his dad's here, and then Curry's like all the way
up on top, and it's just draining buckets.
It's untenable.
Absolutely.
That topic of discussion.
But that team, it's very scary to see that team play, because it's okay. Curry's doing his thing. Klay Thompson hasn't done anything yet, and imagine if the Splash Brothers, reunite together and start continuing playing hard. I mean, they're just gonna take over the NBA. I mean, and
they already have, in a way.
Ian had to disagree because he's a Spurs fan. But
Spurs are good.
He was right. He was right. He goes, you know what? I do give my credit to the Warriors. They're an incredible team. But he goes, you cannot sleep on my Spurs. LaMarcus Aldridge is finally getting the groove, and that's scary.
Right.
As soon as that, and what I like about the Spurs, it doesn't matter who scores, but the Warriors are showing that same, the same ability as what the Spurs do. They don't care who scores.
They have chemistry.
Great chemistry.
And speaking of chemistry, let's get into my team, or last year's conference finals runner-up, the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
As you know, the awful news: Kevin Mchale getting fired after an atrocious 4-7 start. That's something. And I realized after he got fired, I kind of realized something, that the NBA coach. It seems like in the NBA, coaches have like a short leash.
Yeah,
you ever realize that?
Yeah, and it's funny that
it's not like football or baseball where it's like the coach or the manager, they get the whole season. It's like basketball. These coaches get like 2 weeks. If a team has like NBA Finals aspirations, they only get like 2 weeks, and if they don't do well, they're out. That's what I feel like. I feel like
Kevin Mchale left. How is the 76ers head coach still there? They're 0-11.
That's just a dysfunctional organization. Making the Knicks look good.
What's your intakes in that, Rocky? I know you're a Houston Rockets fan. To talk a little bit about that. I mean, what is going on? James Harden. He did drop 45 the other day.
Yesterday,
yesterday.
the new coach's debut.
Yeah.
JP, I forgot his last name though, but I gotta look into it.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just because of a lack of chemistry, and
Mhm.
that barring or based on like what Houston did last
Mm.
year and like what they've been doing or what they've been building upon. They've had NBA Finals championship aspirations.
Yeah.
With the accusation of Ty Lawson, now you have Lawson and Harden in that
Yeah.
backcourt. It would be one of the top premier backcourts in the league. So,
No, yeah, absolutely. And where's Dwight Howard?
Dwight? You mean Brick City?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my goodness. I mean, you guys need him.
Yeah,
You know
he
what I'm
needs.
saying?
But he stepped up last year in the playoffs,
He
despite
did.
him battling some tweaks and injuries. Though he stepped
Mhm.
up.
Yeah.
But that's the thing in the NBA. I realized coaches who are coaching an NBA championship caliber team have a short leash,
Yeah.
and that's, in my opinion, that's just crucially unfair. Because
Yeah.
why do you fire a guy after 2 weeks? That's like very impatient. That's as Yankee fans would know. That's George Steinbrenner-esque. That's something George Steinbrenner would do.
Yeah. I mean, and that's funny that you bring that up because let's think about when Carmelo Anthony left to the New York Knicks.
I mean, he got traded.
When
Yeah,
he got traded. George Karl did a fantastic job the next year and won Coach of the Year, and then he was gone. The Coach of the Year, folks. This is the Coach of the Year. George Karl won Coach of the Year for the Denver Nuggets
He won,
without their superstar.
No, he won Coach of the Year. That was 2 years.
Oh,
That was
2 years, 2 years.
2013. He won Coach of the Year, but then they couldn't get out of the first round. They gave him the boot.
Yeah.
Same thing that happened with Jeff Van Gundy with the Rockets.
Yeah.
T-Mac and Yao. Could have been
Yeah.
a championship team, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
so
like
what
I
is up for your Houston Rockets? So
Well, they got to win,
yeah,
and if they win their next game, that's 2 in a row.
yeah,
And if they win after that, that's called a winning streak.
yeah.
A winning streak.
Not 1, not 2, not 3.
All right, we're
Hopefully
quoting LeBron
4.
now, okay? But
So-
let's just see what happens.
It's just-
Maybe the Rockets struck gold with their new interim coach.
Yeah, we'll see. And something that you could probably learn from this is you're not guaranteed anything, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they just got to step it up. And Dwight Howard needs to play.
Well, Harden stepped up.
Yeah,
I think
James,
because
it's not just him. This is the whole team in general. has to,
when somebody loses their job, and this is just with any sport, when somebody loses their job, or pretty much in general, but primarily in sports, but when somebody loses their job, though, it's like that whole the whole atmosphere just gets so tense,
Mhm.
It's like guys are like be more, on top of things.
Mhm.
And I think that's what the Rockets did. They say, oh, the coach got fired. It's probably our fault. But if he's out, then I'm probably next, or this guy's next out, stuff like that. So, it makes you more on top of things. So I think that's what Houston did last night. But
yeah,
who knows? Let's see where they are by the All-Star break.
yeah, we'll see.
So anyway, the beard dropped 45. Good for
Yeah.
him, stepping it up.
Yeah, he's a great player, but if there's the MVP,
It's Stephen Curry.
it's Steph Curry.
But it should be interesting with how these next few weeks play
Yeah.
out.
We'll see. And we got a break next week, so we get to watch more basketball.
Yeah. No basketball on Thanksgiving, folks. Just football.
Mm.
Anyway, I'm your host, Rocky DePala. He's Johnny Diaz. Have a great day, everyone.